Hi, welcome to my channel Cyber Hashira. In this video, I will show you how to generate certificates with various extensions using Keytool. In the last video, I explained what a digital certificate is and I talked about various properties of a certificate. If you haven't watched that video, then I will suggest watching that video to learn about various extensions we can set to a digital certificate. In this video, I will show you how to set key usage, extended key usage, basic constraints, CDP, AIA, and SAN to a certificate using Keytool. The Keytool command that I will be executing today are going to be lengthy. So instead of typing those commands, I'll simply copy them from my notepad and paste it here to this terminal. And yes, I will explain what those commands are doing. But before we do that, there's something new I wanted to show you. So I'm going to set an environment variable called kpwd with a value key store password at 123. All right, let's see if this variable exists. Okay, so this is the environment variable and I have set a string to this environment variable. I will be using this string as the key store password. So let me execute our first Keytool command. So I'll copy it from here and paste it here. I'm sure you are familiar with this command. So keytool-genkey-alias test signing key algorithm is going to be RSA. Key size is going to be 2048. Key store is going to be mystore.p12. Store type is pkcs12. Validity of 730 days. Signing algorithm SHA-256 with RSA. Distinguished name for now, I'm just going to set it as testing. And the store password, I'm just telling Keytool to read the store password from an environment variable, and the name of that environment variable is kpwd. As soon as I hit enter, there is no prompt for password, and as you can see here, we have a key store. Let's have a look and see what's inside this key store. So keytool-list-key store, my store, store type pkcs12, store pass is going to be env kpwd, and I'll do a verbose output. As soon as I hit enter, here's the output of Keytool list. So key store type is pkcs12, key store provider is sunjsse. There's just one entry. This is the alias, it's a private key entry. There is just one certificate, and this is that certificate. Now you can see from this output, at the moment we don't have any extensions set to this certificate. There's a subject key identifier, which is actually the hash of the public key, right? Apart from that, there's no other extension. There's another thing I'm going to do. Let me bring this command back, and I'll just do alias key list equals this. I'll just enclose it within double quotes. All right, now if I do key list, I get this output. So now I don't have to type Keytool list. I can just do key list and I should see the output. I'll clear the screen now. The first extension that I will be using today is going to be key usage. But before we do that, I'm going to delete this key store, which I created earlier. I'm going to copy the command from my notepad. So here's the first command. So it's the same command. This is something new. So this argument -ext is used for setting various extensions when you're using a Keytool command. The extension that I'm going to use now is going to be key usage. So KU stands for key usage. :C means this key usage is going to be critical. And the key usage that I will be using is going to be digital signature. I'm going to hit enter. Let's do key list. And here we have the verbose output, and check this out. We have a key usage with digital signature and the criticality has been set to true. I'm going to delete my store, clear the screen, and I'm going to bring my next command. Okay, so in the previous command, we just set digital signature as the key usage. What if I want to set multiple key usage? This is how you set it. In this command, I'm setting digital signature as well as data encipherment as the key usage for the certificate that I will be generating. And it's a comma separated list. So if you have like more extensions, I can just do a comma and keep adding those extensions. I'm going to hit enter now. And I'll do key list. Check this out. So now we have two key usage set. So we have digital signature and data encipherment, and the criticality is set to true. I'm going to delete my store, clear the screen. Let me show you how to set a non-critical key usage. So here's the third command. I'll copy this and paste it here. So this is a command. If I don't mention :C, that means this extension is going to be non-critical. If I mention :C, it's going to be critical. If I don't mention it, it's going to be non-critical. So let's hit enter and I'll do key list. And yes, the criticality is set to false. Previously, we were seeing this criticality as true, but now we are seeing false, and we see the two key usage that we set with the Keytool command. Okay, delete the file, clear the screen. I'm going to bring my next command. This command is another way. This command shows another way to set those key usage. So I will type KU equals. Instead of typing digital signature, I can simply type DS. Instead of typing data encipherment, I can just type data E. Let's hit enter. Okay, key list. Key list. Okay, criticality false, key usage, digital signature, and data encipherment. All right, my store removed, screen cleared. Nope, not cleared. Now it's cleared. Okay, the next command I'll show you is going to have all key usage. So this time I'm going to pass key usage as critical. Now, instead of typing C, I can just type the entire word critical as it is. It just means the same thing. And these are the short form for all other key usage that I can set using Keytool. DS is for digital signature, CRLS is for CRL sign, encipher O is for encipher only, decipher O is for decipher only, KA is for key agreement, key cert S is for key cert sign, and then we have NR, which is for non-repudiation. Let's hit enter. Key list. And we have criticality set as true. And these are all key usage that we set using Keytool. I'll remove my store and clear the screen. Now let me show you how to set extended key usage. So here's our next command. Okay, so the same command. Here I am passing key usage as critical, so we need digital signature and non-repudiation. And we are using another ext parameter here. So EKU is for extended key usage or enhanced key usage. This is also going to be critical. And the extended key usage that I will be using is code signing. Let's hit enter. Let's do key list. And here's the key usage, digital signature and non-repudiation, criticality as true. And here's the extended key usage, which also has the criticality as true. And the key usage that I will be using is code signing. All right. Going to remove my store, clear the screen. Let me bring my next command. Okay, so in this in this command, I am using different extension. So this is going to be a critical key usage, and the key usage that I will be using are digital signature, key cert sign, and CRL sign. For extended key usage, I am going to use server auth and client auth. So this is for server authentication, and this is going to be for client authentication. I'm going to hit enter, key list, and we have the key usage set with criticality of true. We see digital signature, we see key cert sign, CRL sign, and we also see the extended key usage with server auth, client auth, and the criticality set as false. I'm going to remove this file. By the way, the notepad file that I'm using to copy paste these commands, I will be uploading this notepad to my GitHub repository, and there will be a link in the description below from where you could view this text file or just download it on your computer for your reference. All the commands that I will be using in this session are mentioned in that notepad file or in that text file. Now I'm going to show you how to set a basic constraint. So here's my next command. All right, so in this command, again, we are using KU, key usage, critical, digital signature, key cert sign, CRL sign. And for extended key usage, I'm going to use server auth and client auth. I'm going to add another extension called BC. BC is for basic constraint. And if you remember, in my previous video, I talked about basic constraint. I mentioned that basic constraint has two values, CA and a path length. So in this case, I am setting CA as true, and the path length is going to be 0, which means the certificate that I will be generating is going to be a CA certificate, and that CA certificate will not allow any sub-CA or sub-issuers in its path. I'm going to hit enter. Let's do Keytool list or key list. Okay, if I scroll up, here's our basic constraint, and CA value is set to true, path length is set to 0, criticality is set to false, and I also see other extensions that I set. So I see extended key usage and key usage. All right, I'll clear the screen and I'll remove mystore.p12. I'm deleting mystore.p12 because the command that I have mentioned in my notepad, they are all using the same alias and the same file name. Keytool will not overwrite that alias, so I have to delete that file and recreate it. Anyway, so here's my next command. Okay, so in this command, I am setting basic constraint extension, and the value that I'm passing for CA is false and the path length is 0. So CA is false. This means that the certificate that I'm going to generate, this is going to be a non-CA certificate. And of course, it's a non-CA certificate, so it has to have a path length of 0. I'm going to hit enter. Okay, key list. And here we have basic constraint with CA value set as false, path length set as undefined. All right, I'll clear the screen. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set subject alternate name. So here's the next command. Okay, so ext and then san equals dns:cyberhashira.com. So I will be setting cyberhashira.com as an alternate DNS name or an alternate subject name. Let me hit enter. Oops, sorry. Now this is what I was talking about. If I don't for every command, I'm using the same key store file and the same alias, and Keytool command will not overwrite this alias. So that's why I'm getting this error. So that's why I have to remove this key store. I mean, obviously I can use a different label, but then anyway, so I'll run this command. Let's do key list and look at this output. So subject alternate name, we have a DNS name called cyberhashira.com. Now with DNS name, if you want, you can also set an IP address. So again, I'll delete this file, clear the screen, and here's how you set an IP address. So if you want to set IP address, you could just type IP : and the IP address. And if you want to use DNS name with IP address, you could just add a comma and mention that. You can have multiple values. So for example, I can do DNS : videos.cyberhashira.com. All right, I'll hit enter. Let's do key list. And we have a DNS name of cyberhashira.com, IP address of 127.0.0.1. Obviously, it's a bogus IP. I mean, it's a loopback address. And we have the DNS name, which is videos.cyberhashira.com. All right. I'm going to remove my store. Let me show you another command. And in this command, I'm also passing an email address. So this time -ext san equal to dns:cyberhashira.com, comma, IP : 127.0.0.1, comma, email : webadmin@cyberhashira.com. Let's hit enter and key list. Check this out. So we have a subject alternate name set for DNS name cyberhashira.com, IP address 127.0.0.1, and this is the email name. I mean, it shows RFC 822 name, but it actually means email. And the email address is webadmin@cyberhashira.com. Right, so now I'll delete this file, clear the screen. I will now show you how to set CDP or CRL distribution point. So here's our next command. Again, -ext CRL equals URI : http://127.0.0.1 test.crl. So this is a location which in my case it does not exist. It's just a bogus URI, and this is the format by which we can pass CDP. So I'm going to hit enter. Let's do Keytool list and check this out. CRL distribution point, and this is the URL name. Now, if I want, I can set multiple CDPs. Let me show you how it's done. So I'm going to remove my store.p12, clear the screen. And here's our next command. So in this command, I am using URI, which is http://127.0.0.1. s.crl is the name of the file in that location. And there's a comma, and after comma, we have another URI, which is pointing to a FTP site. And after that, we have another URI for LDAP site. Let's hit enter, and I'll do key list and CRL distribution point. We see our HTTP URI. I see our FTP URI, and I see LDAP URI. All right. I'm going to remove my store, clear the screen. And the last extension for today is going to be Authority Information Access, or AIA. And here's the command. If you have watched my previous video, I talked about AIA. AIA is the path from where I can download the issuer certificate. So this is the format of AIA. So here I am passing CA issuer, and this is the URI from where I can download the issuer certificate. Of course, this URL is bogus. It does not exist. I'm just using it for testing purpose. I'm going to hit enter, and let's do Keytool list. And here we have Authority Info Access, or Information Access. Access method is CA issuer, and this is the URI from where I can download the issuer certificate. Similarly, if I want, I can also set OCSP path. The next command that I'm going to execute will have everything included in it. So whatever extension I used in this video, such as key usage, extended key usage, SAN, basic constraint, I have added all those extensions in just one single command, and I'll execute that. Let me bring that command over here. So here's our next command. So I'm going to highlight some portion. I'm absolutely sure till here you're sure what exactly is going on. Here I am setting key usage, digital signature, and non-repudiation as critical. I am setting extended key usage for code signing as critical. I am setting basic constraint with CA false and path length 0. I am also setting the subject alternate name as dnscyberhashira.com, IP address 127.0.0.1, email address as web-admin@cyberhashira.com. I'm also setting a CRL distribution point as this location, and I have added FTP and LDAP in that same CDP. And I have also added Authority Information Access. So CA issuer is going to be the path. This is the path from where I can download the issuer certificate. And I have also added OCSP, and this is the format. So extension AIA, CA issuer, this is the URI, comma, and then we have the OCSP, and this is the URI for that OCSP. I'm going to hit enter, and let's do key list. I'm absolutely sure it's going to be a lengthy output. So let's start from the top. Extensions. So we have Authority Information Access, access method CA issuer, This is a URI for the issuer certificate. Then we have the OCSP, and this is a URI for the OCSP server. And then we have the basic constraint, which is set as false for CA, which means it is a user certificate. We also see CRL distribution point with multiple distribution points set to it. We also see key usage set as digital signature, non-repudiation, and a criticality of true. We also see subject alternate name with DNS name set as cyberhashira.com, IP address, and email address. And this, of course, is the subject key identifier. And yep, that's it. And that brings us to the end of this video. In the description, I have mentioned a link to the GitHub page which I made for this channel. You should be able to view and download the text file which has all commands I used today. There will be a part 2 of this video where I will show you how to generate CSR, sign a certificate, import and export certificates. I will be uploading that video very soon. I hope you learned something new in this video. If it was useful to you, then please leave a like. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section. I'll try to reply to them as soon as possible. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Have a good one.